The Trump administration on Tuesday fired U.S. Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Linda Fagan. Former President Biden nominated Fagan for the role in 2022, and the Senate confirmed her by a unanimous vote. Fagan was the first woman to lead a branch of the U.S. military, and she had 2 years left in her term. A senior Homeland Security official cited multiple factors in the decision to fire her, including failure to address border security threats, inadequate leadership in recruitment and retention, and excessive focus on diversity, equity, and inclusion policies. CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie Daggett joins us now. Charlie, who is Linda Fagan, and what were some of her priorities as Coast Guard Commandant?
Well, I mean, her primary job was heading up 57,000 personnel. It's actually a component of the Department of Homeland Security, so technically not under the auspices of this building. As you mentioned, that's a 4-year term. She'd only served 2 of those. Many people believe she was instrumental in turning around the Coast Guard's recruitment issues, increasing recruitment, and that goes against the services as a whole. Those responsibilities include maritime border security, crisis response, protection of critical infrastructure, even cybersecurity. So very much part of the efforts to protect U.S. maritime borders. And, you know, as the president declares an emergency, the Coast Guard is very much front and center in the administration's efforts to defend against illegal immigration. In fact, just today, the Coast Guard acting commandant, who was the second in command, said he's surging Coast Guard assets and personnel to deter and detect illegal immigration. In support of those executive orders, he name-checked Florida to prevent migrants from Haiti and Cuba, saying the agency is going to focus the maritime border between Texas and Mexico and the Gulf of America, his words.
Let's talk about the president's efforts to remove DEI from every facet of federal government. We saw that in a memorandum today as of 5 p.m. This evening. We know that many federal DEI employees were put on leave. How will those efforts impact the Pentagon?
Lindsay, that's a great question. I wish I had a better answer for. I've been asking around, like many things in this building, it's complicated. So technically, I've been told there are no dedicated, which is to say named DEI personnel in the DOD. So as far as I'm aware, no personnel have been sent home on paid leave, as has been instructed across the federal government. What had been the DEI has been folded into the Office of Civil Rights and Equal Opportunity. I did know that. At the same time, you know, there have been DEI efforts in the past. You know, it's been pointed out by vocal critics, including obviously some within the Trump administration. And in the last National Defense Authorization Act, the budget for 2024, around $85 million were allocated for DEIA initiatives. So like everywhere else, I think they're just trying to figure out what this means to the DOD and its personnel going forward.
All right, Charlie Daggett, appreciate you. Thank you.